This place is so small. It's a tiny, tiny little dark room with a pizza oven in it and two grandmas making the pizza. It's incredible. You can see why they built it here. It's on the highest ground in all of Gozo, so you've got viewpoints all around to see if any marauders are coming your way to take your stuff. And, it's pretty windy out here too. So behind me is the Xlendi Bay and the Xlendi Tower. I like saying Xlendi. Welcome to Destination Eat Drink, the travel channel for foodies. I'm Brent Peterson, an American living in Portugal. Today we are in Malta on the ferry on our way to Gozo. You might think of Malta as just one island. It's actually an archipelago, several islands, three which are inhabited. The main island of Malta, Camino, and where we're going today, Gozo, on a day trip. Gozo is much different than most of the island of Malta in that it's a lot more rural, a lot less populated, and it's pretty windy out here too. So we're taking the ferry over from the very northern point of the Malta island, and it's only going to take 15 minutes, which I think is about all we're going to be able to stand in this rough weather. So it took a while to get here, but we finally got to Victoria, which is the capital of Gozo. And so we had to stop and get some food immediately. This is Casa Vostra. They squeezed us in without a reservation. It's a pizza place, and they make pizza in the Neapolitan style. So folks who freak out that it's all soupy in the middle, that's how it's supposed to be, with the big crust on the side. This is a marinara, tomato sauce, garlic, oregano, and a couple leaves of basil. And the crust is good, baked properly. Karen got a bowl of veggies, crisp onions on top. Lots of veggies. You know, no surprise that you get really, really good Italian food in Malta and in Gozo. We're just a few miles from Sicily. You can do a day trip from here, from Malta to Sicily and back in just one day. It takes about an hour and a half to get there. So it's really close by. And you'll see really good Italian food, good Italian wine all over the island here. Good stuff. Mangia. Tasty. This pizza was 6. I think Karen's salad was maybe 12. Coffee too. I know. Italian meal, I should be getting espresso afterwards. It's cold today, so I got the coffee now. Warm us up a little. This is the Citadel of Gozo, and there's been a fort here at least since the Stone Age. You can see why they built it here. It's on the highest ground in all of Gozo, so you've got viewpoints all around to see if any marauders are coming your way to take your stuff. It's been around since the Stone Age, but the Romans also built a fort here. This one dates to the time of the Knights of St. John. They were expelled from Rhodes, came to Malta, built fortifications, and led medieval crusades back to the Middle East. This place, Malta and Gozo in particular, was constantly under threat from the Ottomans who were attacking the space. So they had to build a really solid fort, and this is it. It is pretty incredible. You can wander around. There's a church up here, but amazing views all around green Gozo for miles and miles, even on a cloudy, windy, and slightly rainy day like today. Behind me is the Xlendi Bay and the Xlendi Tower, and I like saying Xlendi. Xlendi was a traditional Gozoan fishing village. In fact, I think they still do a fair amount of fishing out of here, but it's modernized recently, and they've got a bunch of apartment and condo blocks here, and it's easy to figure out why. I mean, it's absolutely stunning here. You've got the cliffs, and You've got the beautiful water, great place to go snorkeling and diving and swimming and sailing, I'm sure. And even on a cloudy, rainy day like today, the scenery is gorgeous. You probably can't see it with the camera, but over my shoulder here, you can see Sicily. It's not too far from here. Sicily is just around the corner from Malta. I think it was in my video about drinking in Malta that I said, in Malta they use prickly pear cacti as windbreaks between agricultural fields. And you can see why they would do that. I mean, these things are so thick that they would keep the wind from blowing in and ruining your crops. So it's a really good idea, but you see these everywhere here in Gozo and in Malta for that matter. All right, this is the absolute find of the day. This place is called Maxokk Bakery. Been around since 1900, 125 years. We are in this little tiny town of Nedur on Gozo, and we get there and there's a line. And this place is so small. It's a tiny, tiny little dark room with a pizza oven in it and two grandmas making the pizza. It's incredible. So I ordered a pizza. Some guy walked out with 4 pizzas before me. Like, people know this place, okay? And it's just a very simple mushroom and oregano and tomato sauce on this nice crust. Oh. Karen's laughing at me. Crispy, buttery, thin crust. Oh, man, that crust is so good. This is the regular pizza. They also have a fattura, which is, I'm gonna close this. I can just see this thing flying away like a Frisbee. Fattura, which is a thicker bread, almost like a focaccia. I didn't get that, I got this time, but I guess we got, we can get flights on Ryanair for like 30 euros down to Malta. It would be worth it just to come down to Malta to get this pizza. I mean, it is such a cool place. Of course, there's nowhere to sit and eat. They hand you the box, everyone comes in, drives away. But we're just gonna have to walk and eat with this. Didn't even think to get a drink. I was so excited about the environment in there. Super cool place. So glad we found it. Crust is one of the best I've ever had, seriously. Well, we're back on the ferry, headed back to Malta. It's been a great day in Gozo. If you liked the video, give us the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. It's actually a perfect time to be going back. I just wish the clouds weren't over our heads, because the sun's going down. It would be spectacular to see that going across the channel here. But oh well, maybe next time. Hopefully it won't be another 10 years before we go back and visit Gozo again. I have a bunch of foodie travel ebooks for you at buymeacoffee.com/destination-eat-drink. The big one is Portugal. It's got all 17 of my foodie travel guides to cities in Portugal in one book. Just $9.99 at buymeacoffee.com/destination-eat-drink. I'm Brent Peterson. See you down the road.